Hi, my name is Gracie Cohn and this is my personal project video. So as I was starting with my personal project, like when we first received it, I was thinking about a lot of different ideas. I had some things like for tennis and for soccer and for some of the other sports I played, but I decided to go with art, and that's something that I have a very personal connection with. My dad, he did art in college and like all throughout high school, and so that's something I've always kind of admired about him, and I really wanted to be able to like express that in my life. And so I felt like this project was a great way to show like cultural expression. And I also chose the theme of the beach to keep throughout my project because I have a very sentimental connection with the beach. My family, we grew up around the beach, and we always would go on vacation at the Outer Banks, and so it's just somewhere that I like hold really deep in my memories. For the personal project, my goal that I developed was to research and explore new art mediums that I have not had previous experience with, and create works of art for a personal show, which you will be seeing right now at exhibition night. My global context that I used to help guide myself throughout this was personal and cultural expression. I felt that this global context really fit into what I was doing. I was trying to develop myself to become a better art student and incorporate some personal feelings such as like the beach and art being like a connection to my dad into this, and I think it really helped me develop as an art student. So after being assigned the project back in October, end of October, beginning of November, I gave myself the time period until the end of December to complete all my artwork. That way I'd give myself time to write my essay in January. I wanted to give myself though enough time to make sure that I put enough work into each piece and there was enough time given into like researching and finding out what types of pieces I wanted to do. As I started my research, I really was interested in doing something like totally brand new to me, and so I talked to my personal project advisor, Mr. Strode, and also with my current art teacher, Ms. Dion, and my dad about different ideas of what we might want to do. And Mrs. Dion, she suggested either oil pastels or maybe charcoal, and charcoal really caught my eye, and so she told me, she was like, go home, go look at that kind of stuff. And so I went home and did some more research on charcoal, and I thought, this is something that I think I could be interested in. So I decided that would be one of my pieces. And after talking with Coach Strode, he was doing these biomorphic structures with one of his more advanced art classes, and he was like, if you'd like the challenge, like I'd totally be into helping you work those out and like create them for your art show. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So I did some research for them on my own. He told me a little bit about them and like what materials I would need, and they're actually all organic structures, and you can see them on the table too when they're completed. And then the last thing I did is I went and talked to my dad about some different types of art that I hadn't really seen before, and he was like, one of the things he studied in college was pottery, and he's like, yeah, like I'd love to help you. And I think pottery is beautiful. Like I think it's a great artwork, and it's a very global type of artwork, and so I was really excited that I was going to get to do that once I chose it. So I gave myself those 2 months to do that, and for that I created a rigorous criteria that I was going to use. My criteria went along the lines of like the color of it, how aesthetically appealing it was, to what types of materials I used for it, how expensive it was, and those sort of things, and those can all be found in my report too, the criteria and stuff. But I think this criteria really helped like challenge me to make sure my pieces looked really advanced and that they were like up to par with what I wanted them to be and like my expectations for them. Okay, so my final products that I had were, I created a total of 6 pieces. 2 of them were the biomorphic structures, and those are the big pieces on the table that you guys will be able to see. One of them is the horizontal piece, and that is the one to represent the abstract form of a wave. And so I created both of the pieces. Also the coral one is the other one, and it is the vertical piece that's kind of the orangey pinkish color. And I created both of those using wood, coat hanger wire, pantyhose, and acrylic paint and gesso, which is kind of what makes the pantyhose harden over the coat hanger. And those are really fun. I really had a great time creating those. And then the next two pieces you should see are the two charcoal drawings, which are in the frames, and those are two conch shells that I actually found on one of my beach trips with my family to the Outer Banks this past October, right before we were assigned the project. And I really enjoyed drawing this, and I really liked working with charcoal too. The last two products you should see are the two pottery pieces, and those are kind of more simple. I found it kind of difficult to work with those, and but those were still something I'm really proud of I created. And I used kind of the more beachy tones with the purples and the blues to kind of represent like the ocean waves. Overall, this project I think made me a much better IB student and an art student in general. I think I was able to develop new skills. The pottery skills are something that I definitely look forward to continuing, and some of the charcoal techniques and the biomorphic structure, just the thought processes going into them, I think those will really help me in DP art, which is something that I'm looking forward to doing next year. And I also think it helped me kind of grow into like my culture, kind of following my dad's footsteps in like the art career. That's something that I'm really interested in, so I think this allowed me to develop kind of my own set of skills, and I think you can kind of see a style develop and like what kind of things I like develop out of that too. Overall, I hope people, again, like after watching this video and kind of looking at my pieces, I want people to realize that there like always is room for growth. Obviously I'm not totally satisfied with my pieces. I think art is very abstract, and that there's so many different types of art. I mean, some people think, you know, you look at Picasso and he has a very specific type of style of art, and then you can find like contrasting artists that are totally different to that. And I think that's really amazing that people all around the world can find this global connection through art. And I think it's really important that you're able to show your culture through your art, because I think it makes us more open-minded as a whole like world, and I think it connects us all into that way. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm really sorry I couldn't be there tonight, but I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my project and enjoy viewing my pieces.